Hello Aries, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be an Astroflower reading from the 18th through to the 25th. If you don't know anything about the Astroflower, please go and in the description below you'll find links to your Astroflower, see how the elements and qualities play throughout your flower. Also, I give you links to our Instagram and stuff like that, where we do a lot of freebie giveaways. And also you'll have the introduction videos into the Astroflower. So welcome to your reading. If you're already part of the Astroflower family, welcome back. If you're not part of the family, click that description, click that subscription and that bell to join the Astroflower family. It's fun. You'll enjoy yourself. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at this. This is going to be the relationship side, your emotional sort of side. This is going to be your material side of your life. Jobs, businesses, and etc. The relationships, this can be concerns with family, friends, and community. It doesn't necessarily mean individuals. This is how the universe influence your karmic past. So this is on the spiritual, this is on the material front. This is how the guides influence your karmic past. And this is how your guides influence that conversation that is within you. This is the inner being. And this is how you combine it all together with the world around you. So let's just having a look at this at the moment. There's a few signs that had this situation. So what the situation is here, say like on the relationship side, you've got the world here, but then also you've got the Five of Wands. So although they go hand in hand, it could be through competition or conflict that you actually start a new journey. And I think it's more sort of competition. We'll see how that sort of pans out. But they're very contradictory, or they're two sides of the coin. And you certainly have that on your material side as well. You have the Eight of Wands, which is almost like sort of where you're conveying those messages from the universe. And the universe is sort of saying, you've got choices to make. So there's sort of two cards that go sort of against the grain against each other in a way. It's sort of split into two halves. And on the material front, this is exactly it. What you've now you've been through your birthday season, you'll have your birthday coming up, or if you've already had your birthday, you should have started that journey. There may be things you need to sort out as you're going along. And as you're expressing those ideas, those messages that are within you of what you decided before your birthday, now it's your time to start of applying them in your life. Now, so let's continue on that sort of material side and that jobs, business, and project sort of side. So your universe is asking you to sort of like realize that miracles can happen. So you've got to wish big in a way in order for miracles to happen. If you stay true to what you actually thought you wanted in your life in the past, that is what you're going to get in the future. Last week you had the Tower, which was down there. It still seems to be playing a little bit upon you. There's still choices to be made. And you have the Lovers here and the Four of Swords here. And this seems to be sort of, it's moved on from that. So you should have actually decided that what you love in your life, and you should start expressing that. If you do express it, you will be amazed at how things could actually move on into the future. As you do express it, you're approaching it with a bit of air of caution, which is normal. Aries normally do that. They're very good accountants, so they like to know the bottom line. They like to know what they're winning or losing in the situation. And as you do, that's going to make you sort of patient. So I think with the world, with the physical world, the material world, such as your jobs, your businesses, and your projects, you might have planted the seeds over the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks of a lot of things. And the seeds that you planted, you've got to be patient for those shoots to really start showing up. And as they do show up, you're going to have to start deciding what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep out of that. Let's move on to the relationship side. So you've got the universe is sort of trying to say to you with the World card that you've got a new cycle that's starting. But with that Five of Wands, you might find it a little bit conflictual. Not everybody might not agree with your new way of living or the way that you live or what you aspire to out of life. Five of Wands, Ten of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely, this is not going to be for everyone, but there might be a situation where you've got to go for the conflict and you've got to cut out the bad, basically. In order for a new cycle to start, you need to cut the dead wood out. As I say, take it as it resonates. It doesn't necessarily mean it's for everybody out there. But for some of you, it's definitely a situation where, there's things in life that doesn't sit right with you, and it's time to stand up and be counted. And as you do that, your universe, your guides are sort of saying to you, and you had this victory, and it might be a case that last week you were feeling really good about things, and you were winning a lot, as it were, moving forward a lot, and a lot of people might have got a little bit jealous about that from within you, and it might be this coming week you've got a realization about people who are around you, and then you've got the Ace of Pentacles, so it's definitely starting on a new journey that is a long-term plan of planting those seeds, as I said, on this side about being patient in life. But that Ace of Pentacles does play in beautifully with the world as well, because it is a new cycle that you are trying to put into place. And you might be struggling with yourself about how you actually go ahead and do this. Because in order to do that new cycle, you might have to walk away from certain things that you do actually enjoy or love. Or you did enjoy and you did love in the past. And it might be a case of sort of saying, enough's enough. And, I love you dearly, but life is moving on and I'm moving on with it. And that seems to be the way. Funny thing is the Justice card, which is now in petal 10, was down here where the World is in petal 1. So the universe was trying to influence you last week, and this week just gone past. And you're going to start feeling that judgment, that influence of the universe within you in your everyday life. And it's going to help you cut out that deadwood, which is what I said here earlier on. So it all looks pretty good, actually, very productive for you. As long as you're honest, and you are an honest sort of, you are an honest sign, you are very good at making sure the accounts of life, the balance of life, and that's what that Justice is all about, balance. It's a very Libran card, and you do have a lot of air coming in through underneath this card with the air and the fire. And as you as a fire sign, you're going to be very passionate about it and passionate about being just in life. If you know the history, which we'll go into the book on Aries, on the Astroflower book of Aries, if you know your history of Aries, you'll understand you do fight for justice, basically. And look at that within you, the Ten of Cups. So you've got that happiness and carrying it through into the future. You're feeling that the future's definitely got a lot more perspective of what it did the week before. But in order to get to that, so that it manifests throughout your entire life, you might have to cut out a bit of deadwood by the looks of things, Aries. For it's certainly on the relationship side. But yeah, it's looking solid. It seems to be like a transitional week more than anything else for you. Don't forget, on your material side, live that message, live those understandings that you harvested during the 2 months before your birthday. And when it's clear for you, then they may need tweaking as you go forward. Realize as well on your emotional side that not everybody can live up to your standards, Aries. So you put the bar high usually, Aries, and not everybody's going to be able to jump it. You might be able to jump it, but maybe not everybody's going to be able to jump it. And that conflict might be that conflict within you that you don't. There's certain aspects of you that you may have realised that you don't like. This could be a complete judgment upon yourself, because there's no lovers over here. There was no lovers here last week. And I think so that could well be it as well. It could be a case that you're gonna, be honest with yourself, and you can be, Aries, be honest with yourself to change the way you do things. And maybe it's a bit of conflict from within that you need to get sorted within your emotional sort of side. Maybe there's aspects that you've had in the past that you need to deal with once and for all. For that sort of side to absolutely be able to live that joy. So there you go, Aries. Bit of a mixed bag this week. If you haven't seen the world reading, I'll get it out in a minute. The world reading, go and have a look at our videos, and you'll find a link to that on our channel. In the meantime, if you want to be part of the Astroflower family, you're going to have to subscribe and click that bell. You are more than welcome. The more energy people we can have on this channel, the better. We will find the solutions together. So in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.